Welcome to today's Sports Live. Oh, we're live here. Okay.
It's our first hockey show.
We're talking college football today.
This edition of Baseball Today.
Football Today back here.
Come back to basketball today.
Got the double box. Bring it on, baby.
This is giving me Russell Westbrook vibes.
I'm just too strong.
Well, there goes the encyclopedia.
Him and Rihanna would create like a mega mind type.
We
That's
put
really
this
good.
decision on a coin flip, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yinzer City. Yinzer City.
More
We
perfect that we
all
brought
have
that today.
computers in front of us.
All right, and that is why we skip hooping. Yeah.
The spitting image of Cooper Cup.
Ricky Patalco about to lose his mind. And
Kadarius Tony, Ni Hao, you better start learning Chinese.
We got two Rangers fans here, so
No.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Football Today. I'm your host, Jenna Wisman. Alongside, we got Chris, we got Antonio, and Sophia. I want to jump right into things. We got a lot of exciting stuff to cover. First, we're starting with our segment, Hair Game Strong.
great segment idea. Great segment.
So we're going to take a look at some NFL players' hairstyles, and we're going to be rating them on a scale of 1 to 10. We're not doing any of that like 8.5 stuff. We're just going to do some solid numbers. So first up,
Ooh,
Justin Herbert.
we can.
We're going to
Okay.
rate the first picture of him. What do we think of this haircut?
On the one on the left.
Yeah,
Ooh,
I'm giving like a 1.2. It's giving me
pretty
like,
bad.
giving me like a prisoner vibe. I'm not gonna lie.
Prisoner, I really like that.
I'll go with the 2.4. Like if I see him walking down the street, I will.
Wait, we said
He said decimal,
All
so
right,
I'll
yeah.
go to the other sidewalk if he's walking down because he scares me a little bit with that haircut. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm hitting the 2, just like a 2.1, 2.2. That it looks like it's an at-home haircut, and it was a mistake.
yeah, I give it a 1. Let's look at the picture on the right. All right, we're moving on. Now we have this haircut. We got a
Ooh.
triangle on the back.
Mm-hmm.
How are we
Can
feeling?
we go into negative numbers for this one? or
Yeah.
no?
Yeah, that's what I was
feel
thinking.
Like
Like,
that's what
break
it
the scale?
deserves.
I can't even give it a 0. Like, I
Just-
guess 0 for the sake of this,
What's
but
the
I
point?
know.
Like, what's
Yeah.
the point of that
What was the
haircut?
goal?
I guess he's trying to like point at his like top of the scalps on the top. I don't even know.
You know what?
I know.
Like,
He's looking like the Avatar, like the last Airbender.
he can do what he wants, and I get that. Like, he has the ability to do that as like a person in society. But I don't know what barber allowed that to happen and did that. Like,
Oh,
they should be
no.
fired. Like, that is hideous. I'll go with a 0.
I'll give the barber credit though. That's some pretty straight lines.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
it's clean. It's a
It's
clean.
clean.
cut.
That is
clean.
very
cut,
true.
It's
but
clean.
not a
It's
good
clean.
cut.
I'd probably give it a 1.
That's
Just
good.
for
You're
like
generous.
creativity.
You're generous.
Yeah, you're generous.
Creativity.
You're way too generous.
I don't get it. I just don't get it.
Mm-mm.
If you see me walking around with that haircut on the back of my head, just put a hat on me and never let me take
I
it
will
off.
respectfully tell you to go home.
Yeah.
Respectfully.
Permission to hide your head. That's
Yeah.
just-
All right. Next up, Tom Brady. Now this is old Tom Brady haircut we got going on.
I don't know if it's the hair or the beard, but
It's the beard.
I think it's
it's
the
the
beard.
beard,
It's gotta be the
for
beard.
sure.
Yeah.
Because the hair under the helmet, like that's a good flow. Like I don't think
Yes.
that would look bad. It's just the beard is not.
Yeah, like we saw Herbert before, and like his long hair, I actually like. I think Brady's long hair is fine. Just that beard makes me uncomfortable a little bit,
Mhm.
and I just don't like it. So I'm gonna go with a 5 for the hair, but a 0 for the beard because it doesn't look right on him. I don't like it.
Mm-mm. Doesn't look natural.
I'm giving him like a 7.2 for the hair. Nice little flow in the back, but beard, I'm giving it like a 1.
I'm
Yeah.
really liking the hair. I'm giving it an 8. I think it's pretty nice.
Oh, and 8 is generous.
Yeah.
I'm giving it a 6. And I'm giving the beard a 1 because I'm not one for facial hair, but the hair is a good 6.
All right. Now we're moving on to our next segment. We're going with the top 3 NFL players that you would want to be stranded on an island with. So I'm interested to see your picks. First, we're going to start off with Chris.
All right. So we're going to an island, and if I'm stranded there, I want some creativity. I want to be safe, and I want people I enjoy. So my top 3, we're gonna start off with. Oh wow! Look at that picture on the left there. All right, we're gonna start with Reggie Bush in the middle. I need someone on the team that I like. He was the reason why I'm a Saints fan. Really fun guy. He was great in college. The picture of me throwing me off a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, but
Interesting choice.
Reggie Bush, that was a homer pick. I'll accept it. And number 2, we gotta get some creativity on the island. We're with Antonio Brown.
I don't know about that.
Listen, if I'm on an island, like by myself. Basically, I'm bored. I have a lot to do.
Yeah, but you wouldn't want to be with
Is this
him.
What does he bring to the
Pre-AB
table?
or like pre-2020?
Oh,
Yeah,
this is like,
yeah,
like-
what
This is like him
era?
running off the stadium.
No,
No,
not
no.
good.
No, like I need some
How's that
excitement.
fun? How's that fun?
It's not fun. It's just different. I feel like I'm gonna be bored on the island by myself. Get Antonio Brown in there. Maybe have some fights with Reggie Bush. See something happen. I want some fun creativity in there. And then number 3, we have another guy building a great culture. We got Kyler Murray. You can barely see him over there, just hiding behind everyone. What does Kyler do in his free time?
Call of Duty.
Exactly. What is he gonna do without Call of Duty? I don't know. No one knows. I want to see him without video games. I want to see if he's zoned out. If there was one person to not help out on the island, it would be Kyler Murray. But I just want to see. I want to see his attitude. I want to see his. Will we survive for long? Maybe not. I'm not gonna lie about that. But Antonio Brown, Kyler Murray. Let's just see how that goes. Like, is it gonna be a downfall? Sure. But it'll be a pretty fun few weeks lost on an island. So I think that's pretty good.
I get it.
Interesting.
You're about the adventure.
I'm about the adventure.
I get it. Not the survival.
No.
That's not
Yeah.
what
I
you
like
cared
the
about. All
idea
right.
of having some like interesting, like Antonio Brown there for some entertainment, but
Yeah.
he kind of scares me. I would go with like Terrell Owens, like T.O. I think T.O. would be great.
Yeah. You know what? There's a lot of guys you could pick, but that was the first head case that, popped into my head. So I think that's a pretty
So
solid
you
list.
wanted
I
a
get
head
it.
case on the island,
Yes.
no matter what.
He did.
Yeah, I need some excitement in my life.
Okay,
Oh,
I get that though. What else? How else are you gonna entertain yourself?
Watching Kyler get upset that he doesn't have an Xbox with him.
Mm.
Then
Those-
what
those
about
are my
Reggie
two
Bush?
guys.
Like, I get he's your favorite player, but like,
Reggie Bush? Listen, he's an athlete. I'm sure he could help like pick up some sticks for the fire or something, and then chit chat in the sides. But
Okay.
mainly just watching Antonio Brown. That's-
Okay,
that's the
so
main
we're all
entertainment.
just watching Antonio Brown.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah, it's more like an experiment. See how that goes.
All right.
okay.
All right,
That's an
next up,
interesting pick.
we got Antonio. So let's see how you're doing.
That being said, whoever found that picture of that headshot really threw me off there. I don't know if that's
That was a great headshot.
That's-
Nah.
that's
respectable.
Good pick.
So, not like I'm not saying Antonio Brown, but let's be real here. Rob Gronkowski and whoever
no.
got my
All right.
headshot, thank you. But Rob Gronkowski, I mean, we've all seen it from his Super Bowl celebrations to even his State Farm commercials. I mean, he's just the life of the party. I mean, who doesn't want to hang out with Rob Gronkowski, arguably best tight end, life of the party? Not much else to say about him.
Yeah, that's like a guy that you could feel safe with when you go to bed, but he'll want some entertainment too. I respect it.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
Up next, I got former Giant Odell Beckham Jr. I mean, I can't dance for my life, so let's have someone who can at least teach me in my free time because I got nothing else to do on the island besides swim. So OBJ has a little, like just like Gronkowski, a little life of the party action.
Mhm.
But I can learn a thing or two, how to gritty maybe finally, something out of that. And up next, gotta have my favorite player. I mean, got someone at least smart for sure. Great Penn State education right here. I mean, Saquon Barkley, he's from basically where I grew up, so had to have someone I kind of like a little understanding too. He's a smart guy on my favorite team. Maybe I could also learn how to like actually get some quads
Yeah.
because I skip leg day. So I mean, he clearly doesn't. So
If you need someone to lift something with like their legs, that's him. He's your
like
guy.
you said, you have Reggie Bush to do like the fire. I got Saquon
Yeah.
to lift a rock for me.
Exactly.
Yeah,
All
very
right.
true.
He will get hurt though, probably after like lifting one rock. But
Mhm.
That's why he's got to teach me so I can take over. I'll be the
Everyone.
Matt Brady for him.
all right.
Yeah, he's more of the teacher. Okay.
I do like those picks. I do.
That seems a lot more of like a sure thing than my squad.
Got a little
Yeah, you're
excitement,
trying to
a
live
little
on the
smart.
edge a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
I like
you're
it.
just looking for the party. He's got some, at least a little bit.
Yeah.
All right,
My
Sophia's top
top
three.
three.
Here we go.
I put a lot of thought into these, and I went for the fun, the humor, the brains, and the strength. So my first person is Travis Kelce. I know this is a basic answer, but this man, like you said about Rob Gronkowski, he is humor. He is funny. His end zone dance touchdowns are very funny. I think he would bring a lot of entertainment to the island, and because he's dating Taylor Swift, maybe she would just come and save us because she is capable of doing that.
She is.
Did you choose Travis Kelce
Oh.
before? Would you have chosen before Taylor Swift or now just because it's after Taylor
Still, I would still
I was
choose
gonna say
him.
because this would not have
regardless.
been like a basic answer like 3 weeks ago.
Exactly. It's only because he's dating Taylor Swift. So I think he still would be good. Second, Laurent Duvernay-Tardif. This man, he has his doctorate. He is a medical professional. So if I'm hurt, if I have a cut, if something goes wrong, he can nurse me back to health and anyone else on the island. So I needed someone with some brains. My third person,
That's like a smart pick. That's like a safe pick.
Mhm. Larry Allen. He was named the strongest person in the NFL. That is his reputation. And that's who I would use for all the heavy lifting, building a shelter, building a fire. This man can protect me from any danger on the island.
Chris, it looks like
Scary
you and I didn't
man.
do enough research about this.
I know. I
He is
definitely,
a scary man.
I took my time, but she really has all the bases covered. She has the fun, the safety, and the power right there.
I
Yeah.
thought about this.
It's
You're
really
probably
well thought out.
You have the best chance of living.
I do.
Yeah, you really
Yeah.
do. Like,
I do.
Chris, no offense, you might have the worst chance of living out of all
You know
of us,
what?
but
I'll
Like,
have the
put
most
my
fun on
three
my
against
1
your
week on the
three?
island.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got Gronkowski on the island with me.
Yeah. No, you'll be fine. I have Antonio Brown running off the field, but that's a real squad right there.
That was it.
Very nice. I like all of your picks, but I personally would have added Deion Sanders as like a advice. He would have some great advice for us, like get off the island. When I'd be sad, he'd like help me. I don't know. He gives a lot of good advice and a lot of good pep talks.
That's
So
good.
we're going to move on to our headlines now. I'm sure all of you know that the Broncos are parting ways with linebacker Frank Clark. So what team do you guys think should try and get him? I want you guys to debate about this.
I mean, realistically, I would have said the Giants because we need everything on defense. But if you're going to leave a team, you're going to contenders. So at this rate, probably the Eagles, actually. I mean,
That's what I was going to say.
As
The
much-
Eagles can't get everyone. They can't
No,
get everyone.
the 49ers are getting everyone. What do you mean?
But look,
That's-
the
I was gonna
49ers are
say-
going to get hurt every single
I
time.
don't want the 49ers to win it all, but
That's like the rich making the rich richer. Like, don't do that. I think you need new teams that don't
But
have
if the Eagles are trying to win a Super Bowl, I think bringing him could be just like
the Eagles need two big things: a linebacker and a safety. And guess what? What is he going to do? Linebacker.
They don't
right
Yeah.
there.
care.
No,
The
they don't.
the Eagles are yet to
100%.
really play well, and they're 5-0. They're fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
They don't
they
need-
did not play
are fine.
overly
They don't
well. All
need
right, that Commanders game was a lot closer
Send-
than it should have
send
been.
it
no,
back-
I agree they haven't played overly well, which is why
Frank Clark will be a great
But,
addition
like,
But
right
then
there.
there's
They're
teams who
fine.
haven't played well at
Give
all.
up to the Giants or a team that's in desperate need of something.
No,
right?
Giants
No,
just need a
because
tank
that's
for
just gonna
Caleb
be a-
Williams. That's it.
Yeah.
That's seriously
Yeah.
it.
Well, I mean, they're going to be paying Daniel Jones to the end of time, but send him back to the Chiefs, maybe. Just like the Broncos, that
I
didn't
did
work.
see something about sending him back to the Chiefs.
I think you should go back to the Chiefs. That's
No.
my honest thing. Is the Chiefs are, I think they're fine right now, but
Mm.
the Eagles can't get everyone. I'm tired of the Eagles getting everyone. They have the Jacks. Their team is just stacked.
But
all
who's the
way
last
around.
guy they got that's
we didn't
big?
get everyone. We didn't get Justin Jefferson.
I
That's
think,
just-
Oh, boo-hoo. No
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson. Air will be fine.
I think the Commanders deserve him. They have allowed 144 points over the last 4 games against themselves. They do not have a defense, and that's what they need. So why can't we just give the underdog someone?
Because they're in the NFC East.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Cowboys and the Eagles are already the set two to probably win that division. I mean, Giants out of the picture. Commanders are slowly getting out of the picture. I mean, just a matter of time now until
But I
Eagles
do
load up.
respect. I do
And
I'm
respect.
rooting
respect
for
it.
the underdog. I feel bad, and I think that and Frank Clark is a good player. So I don't think he needs to be stacked on with all the other good players. He'll shine.
Yeah,
on
I
the
think he's
Commanders.
a 4-time
I mean,
Pro Bowler.
Mhm.
The
Yeah.
Commanders have 8 holes they have to fill, so I don't think them adding him is going to do much. Just put him somewhere that's a close contending team. The Commanders are nowhere near that. They need a quarterback and 8 other things as well, but definitely not the Eagles because if the Eagles and the Niners went up against each other, that would just be it's like watching the Pro Bowl teams just going up against each other.
Yeah.
Just that would be too much.
All right, then hear me out. What about the Chargers? Can you get behind that?
He's going to get injured if he goes in the Chargers. It's just what happens to the Chargers every year. They get all these big names and then they go there and either fizzle out or get injured. So
I tried to find a happy medium for you, man.
you know what? The Chargers. I don't
Trying
know.
to negotiate.
There's no
Yeah, I am.
Exactly.
Just put him on the Chiefs, going back where he was his best because no one's doing well on the Broncos right now.
All right, I get it.
All right. Well, next up, I'm sure you all have also seen Bill Belichick in the news recently with rumors that he can get fired. So, what are your thoughts on this? Do you think it's realistic for the Patriots? Because Robert Kraft sure does think it's realistic.
Yeah, I do. I think it's understandable and necessary because although this man is a legend, he is obviously no better than his players. He lost Tom Brady, and all of a sudden, it's just because you lose your player doesn't mean you lose your team. And he just let that happen. It's like he was ready to be done winning championships, but Robert Kraft is not. So I think they need to get someone in there who cares more about the team rather than the players.
I think it's time to announce that Belichick was carried by Brady. You know what? Yeah, he was, okay? In the first year without Brady, they made the playoffs, and it was all right, you know what? Maybe it was an equal marriage. No. Brady was always making the playoffs. When I saw my Saints, when I'm watching my team going against Belichick, a little part of me is like, oh, maybe. No, we destroyed him 34-0.
Mm-hmm.
He can't run an offense. He can't get an offensive coordinator in there that's with the times. Instead, they have old, outdated offenses. Nothing looks right. Their defense should be good in theory, but when their offense has 2 plays and they're out, it doesn't work out. So No, I think he's been carried this whole time, and I think at least as like a GM, like he should have like no ability to like make moves. Take him out of that aspect. Maybe let him stay, like finish the year, then he's gone. Because
Yeah, I don't think firing him is necessarily what they should do. I
Yeah.
think they should kind of just let him step down. But I do agree it's time to start over. We need a fresh start. Yeah, I think that's what we got.
I give him a year, actually. If anything,
Okay.
like you said, give him actually till the end of the season, because if they're in the number 1 spot, you're taking Caleb Williams. Restart. Like, that's where you press the reset button.
the last thing I want to see though is like a good quarterback go to New England because they've been unable to put like actual weapons around one since like whenever they had like Randy Moss and Gronk next to Tom Brady. Since then, Brady's been carrying it with like some weapons, but
Oh,
it's just
don't diss Julian Edelman.
okay. Like
Yeah.
but Brady's last year in New England was terrible because he just had no one to throw to, and then Mac Jones doesn't have a lot of chances either. So it's not even Mac Jones's fault, but he just doesn't want to get good offensive players.
To be fair, though, Mac Jones is not that good. Like,
No, I don't
he
think
gives an argument that Daniel Jones might be better than him.
you could argue that, but like, who is he throwing it to? Like Devontae Parker, they're throwing like 50-50 jump balls to half the time. It's like they didn't even have an offensive coordinator last year. It was a defensive guy who became the offensive coordinator. Like
It makes no
Yeah.
sense.
it,
really
made no sense. They either he needs to adapt or get rid of him.
100%. I think we all agree about that.
Yeah.
Moving on, the Broncos play the Chiefs at Arrowhead tonight. Most people think this game's an easy win for Kansas City. How do you guys feel?
Yeah.
Oh, easy one.
Easy win.
Unbelievably easy.
Disagree.
You
How?
What do you think?
So Travis Kelce, he's still questionable, right? Last time I checked,
Yeah.
he was
Yeah.
questionable. And the one loss that Kansas City does have, Travis Kelce wasn't playing. Now, I think Patrick Mahomes is going to struggle maybe to find like other players. I'm a little worried about that. And also, I just think it's time for the Broncos to win a game. And I'm excited. I feel like this could work out.
I think it's time for them to win a game. I just don't think it's going to be this game.
But I think it would be interesting if they did win, just
Oh, yeah.
hypothetically.
I just can't get behind Sean Payton. And just
I
like the
can't
things-
get behind Sean Payton.
He's
but
so
I can get
outdated.
behind-
Russell
I can
Wilson's
get
looking
behind Sean
better.
Payton.
Russell
Russell
Wilson's
Wilson
looking
looks
better.
good. Sean
Yeah,
Payton
what he-
is not looking good at all.
He's fine. He's fine.
You're
But,
just
like,
biased right
here's
now.
the- all right, I think Kelsey is actually going to play because he got injured against the Vikings, left, and then came back and scored
Yeah,
a
he
touchdown
did.
while he
did,
was
that's
injured.
true.
Yeah.
So if he could do that, then I
He
think
doesn't
he'll
go
be
down
fine.
easily. He's not.
No, he actually likes to play through injuries, which is why I drafted him in fantasy leagues. But just look at Russell Wilson. Like, I feel like every play we see him trying to scramble out of the pocket, but now he's slower and he just gets strip sacked every single time. So I have no faith in the Broncos. This might be a halftime game, and then I'm only watching purely for fantasy football.
Yeah.
I think the Chiefs, if Kelsey plays, I am 99% confident. If Kelsey doesn't play, it's going to be like a 17-10 type of game because I don't see how the Broncos can score points.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
agree.
how are we
I
thinking
agree.
final score? You said 17-10, Antonio,
17-14.
17-14.
Oh, if Kelsey's playing, I think like 36-0.
Oh.
But then if he's not playing, then I would say something closer, like 21-10 or something.
I think 17-14 Broncos.
That's
Broncos.
all I'm saying is
there's
I'm
no way.
trying to do something a little different here.
I really
Dude,
appreciate
I
that.
get
You
it,
saw
but
my
thank
island
you.
people.
Real-
You-
I
I
know,
saw island, but,
exactly.
like,
I'm just trying I knew what everyone was going to say, and I was like,
Yeah.
But here's the thing, though. When Chiefs lost, Kenny Clark didn't play. That's like a huge addition on defense. And like Chris said, the Broncos O-line just can't hold up for anyone.
I just don't know how Russell Wilson can feel safe going out there. And I think Sean Payton, I think they have more faith in him than Russell Wilson. So, like, this might be like Russ's time in Denver. Like, he has a massive contract. I just don't know how they keep putting him out there, though. Like, they don't like him. I don't think it's working. I think they have more faith in Sean Payton for the future. I just, when you have Patrick Mahomes and Russell Wilson, that's not even a comparison anymore.
It's not.
Like 2-3 years ago, sure, but not anymore.
Someone said that Sean Payton only won a Super Bowl because of Bountygate. He's not a good coach. Chris Reynolds' thoughts?
I don't like that comment at all. I think, you know what?
That said it.
The Bountygate was bad. I will not lie. However, I think he was able to milk everything he could out of Drew Brees' arm that was basically gone. He still got them to the playoffs. Great offensive coach. We've seen the Saints offense without him. It's terrible. I don't know how I could defend Bountygate. Like, I can't. But we got a good Netflix movie out of it, and at the end of the day, it gave me more content. But I'm not.
You're all about the entertainment.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's all.
He
Yeah,
really
that's
is.
all you
I
need.
just-
It
I-
should
Yeah.
be entertained.
I can't defend the Bountygate. That's I don't like that comment, but whatever. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay, now we're going to move into something that's a little fun. So the NFL ranks its top 100 players every year. So I'm going to give you a random year, and you have to guess the top 10 from that year's NFL's top 100.
All right.
All right.
2015 is the year.
Yes, 2015. What are we thinking, guys?
Tom Brady was definitely on it.
Yeah, I can't remember what was happening in 2015. Like, what teams? Like,
I think Tom Brady was on it. I think Aaron Rodgers was on it.
yeah,
I think Antonio Brown was on it. I think
Drew Brees.
Drew Brees, yep, he was on it.
Todd Gurley might have been on it.
Like,
Who?
Todd Gurley.
I'm not gonna like 2015 sounds so long ago
It
that
does.
like I'm like Dan Marino. No, but like
No.
obviously now, but like it feels so far. I can't even fathom 2015.
I'm
Where was-
thinking.
You know who I kind of forgot about? DeMarco Murray. I think he's
Ooh.
on it.
Oh,
Will Julio Jones be on it?
Julio.
this is actually a lot harder.
What
This
was
feels so
Calvin
much longer.
Johnson's like prime? Was
Yeah.
that 2015?
20.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd
It
say
was in
around
there.
that-
It
Yeah, it
was
was
in
around
there.
that time.
Just to keep track of the players.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay,
Let's
got
write
it.
them down.
All right. So we said
You guys
Tom
said Tom
Brady.
Brady,
Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers,
Aaron Rodgers,
Antonio Brown.
Antonio
Yeah.
Brown,
DeMarco Murray.
DeMarco
Was
Murray.
Peyton Manning still like doing well at this point?
That's the year they won the Super Bowl. But then again, though, you got carried by that team.
Yeah, that's
Still
Von
though.
Miller was
Still
at
though.
Von Miller's at his peak.
dude. I'm not gonna lie. For defensive guys, 2015,
It's hard. It's
I
hard
don't
to get
know if
up
I'm
there.
gonna remember that.
Wait, who was the fourth one?
DeMarco
DeMarco
Murray.
Murray.
Calvin Johnson. Oh,
Do you think Julio Jones or no?
I don't know if he was there yet in 2015.
Oh, okay.
Cam Newton. Oh my lord.
Was that 2015?
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was 2015.
Oh.
That
Cam
was
Newton.
MVP, right?
Yeah.
That was
All right,
that
all
like
right.
area.
Cam Newton.
What's your list looking like?
I got Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Antonio Brown, DeMarco Murray, Cam Newton.
Put Drew Brees on there just for me.
All right.
No.
No, yeah, no.
Drew Brees was like a
I can get
top.
The
behind
king of
that.
check down? No.
He wasn't the king of check down yet. He was like the king of accuracy up to this point. 3 years later, then his arm gave out, but he had a good stretch.
So how many do we have?
We have 6.
Okay, so
There's
we need
definitely
4
some
more.
recent
4
defense on
more.
there.
Yeah.
Von Miller.
Von Miller.
Yeah, put Von Miller. Aaron Donald wasn't in yet. Like he wasn't like in his heyday yet, right?
I'm trying to think. A Giants
Who is
player?
that?
Nah.
Would it be the guy in the Panthers, Luke Kuechly? Or I
Actually-
forgot to pronounce it. He might be there.
Luke Kuechly might be there.
Yeah,
All right,
he
I'll
was my
put it-
favorite defensive player for a while.
We have 8.
Odell
2
was
more.
arguably in his prime during that.
Yeah.
Actually, I'd give.
Was that the?
But at the same
Eh.
time, though,
That catch was so good that like it
was
might
it
have
that
just-
catch?
The-
I feel
yeah,
like
the
that,
NFL
like,
was putting it
broke the
everywhere.
internet.
They-
Like, I
yeah, they
feel
did.
like-
That's
yeah.
true.
All right, I'll put him.
So we just need 1 more.
Yep.
All right, guys.
Just
what are
one
we
more.
thinking?
How many defense guys? We got 2. We have Von Miller and Kuechly. We need 1 more.
Yeah, we got 2 quarterbacks on here.
Was JJ hurt by then or no?
when wasn't JJ hurt? That's
I
a
know,
real
but
question.
True.
like he had like a few years where he was like
What about
one
Gronk?
defensive player.
I'd give Gronk.
Gronk?
Yeah,
I feel like I'm just naming
Why
like
not?
legends that like would
yeah.
Yeah.
Is that
claim a
10?
spot.
So name
it's 10.
let's name the 10 that we think.
All right. So we said Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Antonio Brown, DeMarco Murray, Cam Newton, Drew Brees, Von Miller, Luke Kuechly, Odell Beckham Jr., and Gronkowski.
All right, let's see what we've got here.
All right.
JJ Watt at 1.
All right. So that was
Aaron
that was
Rodgers, we got it
JJ.
right. Tom Brady, DeMarco Murray.
Good call.
Did we say Peyton Manning?
No.
Chris brought it up.
Yeah, we didn't know if he was still like good or not. though.
Right. Calvin Johnson, Andrew
Antonio
Luck.
Brown,
I forgot about
AB.
Andrew Luck.
and
Marshawn Lynch.
Oh my god.
Oh my God.
No,
How?
if this is when he destroyed the Saints with that run, like I don't want to talk about it. He did no.
And then Gronk, you were right at
And
the
Gronk.
end.
Yeah,
You got
we
it.
got
Gronk
right
in
at
the
the
right
end.
spot.
Yes.
All right. Well,
And we got Aaron Rodgers in the right spot.
I
Oh,
think
yeah.
we only really missed JJ Watt, Peyton Manning. Did we end up with Calvin Johnson on the list?
No.
No, we did not.
I just
Oh,
can't
He
get
was an
behind.
honorable mention, and then
So we kind of got it.
I
Okay,
can't get
good.
behind
I
Andrew Luck,
mean,
though.
For
That was pretty good.
2015, yeah.
Andrew Luck.
I can't get behind that. Andrew Luck proved like nothing, in my opinion.
Oh.
I think we did pretty good.
I think
think that was a win.
I'm proud of us, and we got 2 in the right spot,
Exactly.
which is like bonus points.
Yes. So moving
Someone
on.
named Gina commented, Chris, you should have known this. Think about fantasy football championship. What does
Is that
mean
your
to you?
mom?
all right. Back in the day, I
Yeah,
used to help
it's
out my
his
mom
mom.
with fantasy football before I could do it myself. We picked Antonio Brown like twice, and we won the league with Antonio Brown. And that was our prime. That was my like first fantasy. Was this whole thing? So Calvin Johnson, I think I actually had him with my mom and the team. So yeah, I don't know what quarterback we had, but we had some guys from our like squad that won it all. So yeah, that's my mom, and yeah, a lot of those guys. That's like our prime fantasy day. So
All right. So I love that. Thanks for the explanation. Moving on, you got. You guys were each asked to pick a player that you think has been severely underrated this year, and explain why. So I'm interested to see who you guys have. We're going to start off with Chris. Who's underrated to you?
All right. Travis Kelce. We all know he's great.
Huh?
We all know he's great. Has anyone talked about his football this year? Has a single person actually pointed out that he's still good at football?
I think besides
Fair
people
enough.
that understand football, no. But like
I
You've
thought it
seen
was
all the
a given. I just
TikToks.
thought it
You've
was
seen
a
all the
given
TikToks
that
of like
he's Travis
like
Kelce.
guys' wives saying like, "Oh, Taylor Swift made him." So
Yeah.
I just thought it was a given.
He's catching almost like a touchdown a game, and no one talks about him. No one.
Yeah.
Oh, well, they talk about him, but they talk about him and Taylor Swift. No one's like, oh, do you know who had a good game? Travis Kelce. He got injured and came back and scored a touchdown.
That's true.
No one
That's
talks
true.
about it.
I didn't
That's
hear
fair.
about that.
So he is an underrated football player and
At the moment.
over talked about player, but underrated player because everyone is giving him the
This
attention for the
season.
wrong reason. Yeah, this season.
This season.
Because
yeah.
all time we know how great he is, but this season he's only getting attention for the Taylor
But
Swift stuff.
if you think about it, if you're great, you don't need to talk about it great. Like
I feel like he's not talked about because people know he's great. They're used to him being great. Like they're not expecting, oh, maybe Travis is gonna have a good game this day. Like no, like he's gonna be good.
But are the Swifties like, oh, that's the best tight end in football?
I'm a Swiftie and I think he's the best tight end in
And
football.
like, do all the ones that
You can
don't
be a
ex-
Swiftie and like football. Thank you.
are
Yeah,
the, are
they
the casual,
exist. I'm
are the
living proof.
casual fans only watching him because they like Taylor Swift? Do they know how great he is? I don't think they do.
I don't know.
So-
I'm biased because I do know. So.
Exactly, me as well. Is Ben a Swiftie?
No, I love that back and forth. I'm sorry.
Ben's excited. Yeah, but
So moving on, Antonio, who do you got?
I got Adam Thielen. I mean,
All right.
got cut from the Vikings obviously for money reasons, but he's with a rookie quarterback, and this guy already has 394 yards.
He's on my fantasy team.
Likewise, and
Yeah.
like he's putting up great points for me, and no one wants to talk about it just
Yep.
because the Panthers are young and no one thought they'd be as good as they were playing actually. So let's give him a little props. I mean, he's
Alright.
old, but he's moving like he just started like a couple years ago.
Yeah.
little moment of notice. I like it. I respect it.
All right, Sophia, what do you got?
I picked Geno Smith, Seattle QB. He leads the season in completion, 69.3% in the 2022 season and 68.3% in the 2023 season.
Bringing out the stats.
Little
I love
stat
it.
drop for
I
you
love it.
guys.
Stat drop.
I think that he's very good. He's only allowed one interception
Okay.
this whole season, which compared to unfortunately Zach Wilson, who has 5, that is pretty impressive. He actually usually runs the ball and gets yards, and that's off topic why I like Josh Allen a little bit because he does that too. I love when a QB like gets some yardage, like helps his team out. He's not just like waiting for them to come to him. He's going to go out and get it. And then yes, he was a bust when the Jets had him. I'll admit. But I think him getting traded and then Russell Wilson going to the Broncos really like gave him that second chance. And like he's human too. Like every player needs their like moment. So I think that was his second chance, and he's very underrated.
Definitely. I agree with all of those. So now we're going to move on to our That's Clipped for today's show. Let's take a look.
All right, let's see. Straight out of the back of the
Yeah,
end zone. Perfect.
safety.
I think he did it.
Wow.
I think he did it.
Yeah.
Like
That is crazy.
I don't know where like
Okay, in his defense, because I used to be a goalkeeper for soccer, and I have stepped
All right.
out of the line with the ball before,
Yeah.
and it has been a problem. So
but like the soccer line's like a lot narrower compared to the end zone line.
I know. Oh, look, again, professional football, like that sucks. But like, as a goalie who has done this, I can't. Like, it's horrible, but
I agree, but
see
he
Yeah.
took like
Yeah.
8 steps out of bounds.
Yeah.
And
I
it's
realized
not like
it,
his
so.
offensive line collapsed. There's only one guy that let a
Yeah.
pass rusher through.
it
No,
also-
it's Dan Orlovsky.
Orlovsky.
So yeah, the reason that
It
this
seems like
clip
he
was
would.
chosen because it's the 15-year anniversary of this.
Yeah. Which is crazy. I also feel like it looks like he like saw that he was going out and like continued to
know.
go out.
Oh,
Like
it's painful
It's
to
not even
watch.
like he tried to hide it and he was like, "Oh God, like let me come back in."
Yeah.
No.
And
He
Jimmy
just-
G did that last year, right? And Gardner
Yeah.
Minshew did it this year. So
Yeah.
not
I
good.
think Jimmy G did it though. Then he
No.
threw a pick 6, but it wasn't a pick 6 because it was safety. But
Yeah.
his might have been worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, to end our show, we're going to take a look at the W moment of the day.
Yeah, I think
This is
so.
another That's Clipped.
All right, let's see. Throw downfield and right to the Niners.
Yep.
Once again, he did it.
Nothing's better than seeing like the Cowboys
Mhm.
like fail in life. I'm not
yeah,
gonna lie.
that was a great game to watch as a Cowboys
was.
hater.
Yes, I 100% agree. That's something we can
Like,
agree on.
That was
I think that's the
really
one
good
That's
thing-
something everyone can agree on.
Yeah. I thought the interceptions last year were like a little bit of a fluke. Like that was like a spike year for him, but
this is
terrible.
It keeps going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Niners are just goats. So,
They're insane.
but
I don't know how many he's gonna like finish with, but he might get more than he did last year when he led the league.
Yeah.
At this rate, Trey Lance actually might like play a game.
Mhm.
I won't lie. About
I mean,
that.
I know the Niners are good and all, but that was bad.
That
Mhm.
was bad. But that was bad. Whoever you're playing, whatever team, like that just can't happen.
No, it can't happen. That's exactly right.
Zach Wilson's never thrown that many interceptions in the game. I'm pretty sure. Like I'm like 99% confident about this.
You won a game once.
Yeah.
I was there.
You were there.
All right, I get it.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
It's okay. It's okay.
He's okay. I'm not a Zach Wilson hater, but
All right. So now we are moving on to our W moment of the day. Let's see it.
Oh no.
Oh.
No.
Yes.
Chris has a lot to say about this.
No, I don't like seeing Ben happy. It's a frustrating that Sean Payton talks some smack. I'm not gonna lie. He was saying how Nathaniel Hackett was one of the worst coaches last year.
Yeah,
Because he was one of the worst coaches last
it's
year.
fact.
Doesn't matter. You still shouldn't go on like line to say
that's
that.
sportsmanship.
I don't care. Maybe you shouldn't be that bad at coaching. So he did call him out. And I get they got the win.
It makes him look really, really
You see that
bad.
point,
It does.
the
makes
difference
him
in
look
points,
really
right?
bad.
It's too harsh.
I know. That being said, he was a terrible coach, and he's acting like them winning the game made up for that. But he was the worst coach in the NFL last year for a reason.
I feel like this is why Sauce Gardner waits till after the game to go on Twitter and talk.
Oh my god.
because moments like these
Yeah.
where you just get completely because now every Jets fan is like, including
Yeah.
is on.
It was
on
personal. It was
It
personal.
was personal. Look,
Yeah.
I don't blame that man for celebrating
No, I don't either.
like the way he did.
I don't either.
I'm sorry, Chris. I know you want to defend Sean Payton, but
You can't.
you just can't.
You can't. He should have waited.
This is not the best Sean Payton
100%
day.
I
This is
agree.
not the Sean Payton episode today.
No.
It's not. It's not. All right. Well, that is a wrap of today's show. I'm Jenna Wisman alongside Chris, Antonio, and Sophia. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And as always, fly, Eagles, fly.
Wow.